Hi guys, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. I just wanted to talk today a little bit about organic fruits and vegetables. I've covered this topic previously, and I just wanted to mention something that is quite interesting about fruits and vegetables. When we in the West, we tend to have been brought up looking at apples, and they tend to be a perfect green colour. They tend to have very few surface blemishes, and generally the fruits and vegetables that you see in supermarkets tend to be perfect. They tend to be polished. They tend to be free of imperfections, and this is because, firstly, this is what the consumer demands, and secondly, the supermarkets obviously they kowtow to that demand, and they only buy the products that look blemish free. Now, I think this is a problem because there is evidence, and growing evidence in the literature, that the flavonoids and the other phytochemicals, but particularly the flavonoids that accumulate in fruits and vegetables, they seem to have some kind of a defense capability within the plants. They're secondary plant metabolites, so they're not required for the actual metabolism to keep the plant alive, but the plant manufactures them for other reasons. And there's currently ongoing science as to what flavonoids actually do in plants. One line of evidence suggests that they are defense chemicals, and when the plants are attacked, when, for example, a fungus or maybe another pathogen it attacks the plant, there is an increase in the production of these chemicals, and there may be some kind of defense mechanism. Now, this is quite relevant to human nutrition because those plants that are subjective to environmental stresses that cause them to need to be able to produce defense chemicals tend to have higher amounts of these flavonoid chemicals. Now, this is interesting because flavonoids have been shown to be protective of disease in humans. So what I'm really getting at here is that those fruits and vegetables that are not blemish free, those ones that have been exposed to environmental stresses, either some kind of pathogen or another environmental stress, there is evidence that they may actually have higher levels of flavonoids in them, and therefore they may actually be better for you. So when you next go into the supermarket and you see your rows of blemish-free fruits and vegetables, just remember that the fruits and vegetables that you grow in your own garden that tend to have blemishes on them, they tend to have surface imperfections, they may actually be much better for you. So given the choice between perfect apples and apples that have these blemishes on them, which is very common if you grow your own fruits and vegetables in your garden, anybody that's done that will know that the fruits and vegetables are never as perfect as the ones that you find in the supermarket. And the key thing here, they also tend to taste better, I find. This is possibly not an accident. Growing fruits and vegetables in these very sterile environments where they're heavily sprayed, the pests and the environmental stresses are kept to a minimum, may not actually be the best thing for our health. It may produce nice big apples and it may produce nice looking fruits and vegetables, but the actual phytochemicals and the nutrients within those fruits and vegetables may not actually be optimally synthesized for human consumption. That's not to say they're bad for you. There is still levels of phytochemicals in them, but it's just this is just something to think about. Those phytochemicals are possibly a defense mechanism, and those homegrown, the type of fruits and vegetables you might see on a farmer's market that haven't gone to the supermarket, they don't have to follow that. They don't have to fall into that rigorous criteria of being perfect. They don't have to be perfectly round. They don't have to be blemish free, and they may actually have higher levels of phytochemicals, and this is what the research is currently showing, and those phytochemicals in turn have been shown to be beneficial to human health. So I hope that was interesting. So this is just something to think about next time you're looking at selecting your fruits and vegetables. If you have a look at your fruits and vegetables and you think there are blemishes on the skin, don't think that's a bad thing, because it might actually be a good thing. It might actually be improving your health if you eat that piece of fruit. So I hope that was interesting. If you've got any comments on this video, please leave them in the comments box below, and as always, I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll see you next week for another video. Take care.